Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always thank you for the support. So I did try making another video earlier today with some Pollyanna Pickering a hedgehog, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to for this special card I need to make. So I'm going to go down a different route. I'm going to go back to my Crafter's Companion, which is, you know, always an easy card to make with their dies. And I'm going to bring in this lovely Moroccan trellis that I've used before a couple of times. My favourite die. I've got the inverted stitch scallop circles and the dancing butterflies. That's a cut-in die. Okay, so for my basic card blank, so I've taken a piece of A3 card and I've scored it at 5 inches and at 13 inches, and then I've cut the length down to 6 inches. Okay, so it's quite nice in the way that you've got that sort of whole length of an A3 piece of card without having to worry about cutting it down. Okay, so let me start by bringing in these trellis dies. I've got them all. No, I don't need that one anyway. Okay, so I'm going to be using the same one that I used before. So I'm going to be using this sort of arched one, and I'm also going to be using the sort of solid rectangle one. And if I grab myself some, let's use that one up first. So let's put my card the way I need it to go before we even start. So I'm just going to get that, if I start with this one being sort of centralised in the middle, and then I can get my arch one more or less where I want it to go. So I'm going to go like so, so I'll put that down there. And pop that down there. And then for this one, I think I'm going to use the thinner tape. So I want this right on the edge. And the only downside about this card is that it's going to have to go through the machine a few times. So I am going to be using my larger plates. So let's pop that onto there. And then what I'm going to do is just stagger my plates. So hopefully I shouldn't get a lot of pressure here. And then hopefully I won't get a crease in it. I can always cover it up if I need to. Okay, so I'm just going to offer that into my machine. Hopefully she's behaving a little better today. This makes me jump. Forget not to put that metal shim right on my die. Okay, so that's that one done. And all those bits are just going to pop out like so. So I'll poke those in a second. So if I just move all these bits off my mat, like I say, I just need to pop that back in. Going to very carefully peel that off. It's coming slowly. I just don't want to take the white card off. See, it's blurred it a little bit there. But okay, and if I get the pokey tool, which is hiding. And there, a little bit there. Have we got any others? Yes, there's 2 little bits down there. And there. Okay, so if I just move that along, and I can see it has put a little line in there, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment because I can always put a layer on that if I need to. And then I'm just going to match this up on the other side, and this one I can put that crease there. Alright, swap that there so it doesn't stick to my die. And then we'll just pop it in. Through. Interesting how it's cut through fine with these bigger plates, but it didn't with the little ones. A little odd. Maybe I need to change one of my shims out for a newer one. Okay, so I'm just very gently going to peel that back. I can just see it's trying to take up the white there. Nice and careful. Okay, so then I can just come in with my pokey tool, just poke all those bits out. Okay. So when this card is folded up, I will just burnish those down again. That's going to be how my card is going to sit. So let's give that a good burnish down, and again on there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is cut some mats. So I'm going to need a glitter mat to go behind both of these pieces. And I'm going to do a glitter mat for the inside for my background to go on. I'm not sure, I need to put something on the back as well, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I may just put a plain piece of an insert on the back. Okay, so my card itself on the inside should be 6 by 8. And it is. So I've got this lovely green glitter card, and I think it has come from Crafters Companion in a Harlequin set that they had. So just going to cut that down to 2 notches under the 8 and 2 notches under the 6. Oops. And that should fit nicely into there like so, and it does. And then I've got a piece of this card from the Dragonfly, Dancing Dragonfly 12-inch pad. So I'm just going to go 4 notches under the 6, and bring that right in, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 8, and then that should fit nicely onto there, and you will just get a tiny little hint of that behind. Obviously this is going to be glittered, so it will be solid. Okay, so for this piece here, so this should be 3.5, I believe. Yep. So I'm going to cut this down to 2 notches under the 3, and again 2 notches under the 6, and I think That should fit quite nicely behind there. You could just do a tiny little panel if you wanted to, but I'm going to do the whole thing. And then this piece here, this is 5 inches, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So I'm going to cut that one to 2 notches under the 5. Sorry, it just started to rain real heavy. And 2 notches under the 6. And we also need, so let's see, I need a piece for here as well. That's going to be in the green. So I'll do these bits first of all, and then we'll come back and do those front pieces. So let me just pop that to the side for a second. Yeah, that's there, it's under there. So for this piece here, the easiest way to get this border right is, if I can get rid of that tape, try and reuse that if we can, is to pop this bit on. It doesn't matter that there's bits in there because we're not actually going to put it through to cut, because we actually want to see the glitter behind it. It's just to get the angle right. So I'm just making sure I've got an equal amount at the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to go ahead and, if these tapes will behave themselves, put that on there and put that one on there. Okay, and then if I grab my smaller plates, and just for safety I am going to use my metal shim. So let's put that one there, because obviously it's a glitter card as well, so it's a little bit more trickier to cut. So that's just going to whip through. Those again in a second, so let's just keep these handy. And I might need to trim a little bit off this. Actually, it fits perfectly, I think. Let me just move that out of the way so I can see the crease. I'm actually just going to take a tiny sliver off that. Just a tiny, probably about 1 millimetre, just. It's right in the crease, and obviously don't throw that away because that is pretty and you can use that elsewhere. Okay, so let me just try that on there now, and that should, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and assemble where we're at to. So I'm going to use my all-purpose glue. Be super careful not to get any of this on the glitter, because it is a coated card and it may very well destroy it. It'll make it bubble, the glitter bubble, so it'll take it off. And then I'm going to put some in the middle on here, and then I'm just going to take my tacky glue and just go around the edges, just to get those edges stuck down. And I don't mind that the writing's going that way. If it bothers you, then cut your paper long ways. But it was the colour I was going for rather than the design. Okay, so that is now super stuck down. So for this piece here, what I'm going to do is just put a little bit on there, and then I'm going to come in with my tacky glue behind here all the way around, and I'm also going to pop some along this edge here. Whoops. And it's just going to be a case of just putting some on some key points. If you want to, you can use your dotty tape pen. I know they were back in stock for half a second. I have still got some from last time. I don't use them very often. I do tend to try and use my tacky glue as much as I can. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just lock that, oh, got thunder, onto the back of my hand. Pop that on. Give it a good smooth down, like so. And if I turn that over, I can then give that a press down from the front. Just got glue everywhere now, so that's fine. And if you do see any glue coming out on the glitter here, it will be the tacky, so it will dry clear. Okay, and then we've got this piece here, which again will go with a little bit of our all-purpose, just because it is the strongest glue. And then I'm just going to go all the way around this side again, and then on some of these points I will just blot it off on the back of my hand. Okay, so blot that off, and you can see that some of the glue comes off with the excess glue. And then apologies if you can hear that thunder, it's just started up. Okay, so that's where we're up to with this card so far. Okay, so now we need to get started on the insides. Okay, so I want to use some more green glitter on the front, and I'm also going to bring in, I know it's not Crafter's Companion, this is the Hunky Dory Resist and Reveal Pad Volume 3, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but it's all, and it's really thick card, but it's all just got that resist foiling on. I'm going to use the butterfly, and you can see it's a chunky piece of card. You've got butterflies, roses, sort of bubbles, sheet music, vines, balloons, feathers, perfect for sympathy cards, stars, lace, a starburst sort of thing, and little love hearts. And it was actually the love hearts that I actually bought the pad for. That was what I had in mind, but I've fallen in love with all of them actually. I do need to try and get hold of the other ones as well. So let me start with our piece of green. Hopefully I've got enough here. I'm going to be in trouble if we haven't. So I'm going to start with my ruler just by measuring this point across here, and it's, if I do to just over 3 inches, so just over, I'll just check what's, yeah, so if I do to say 3 and 1 notch, and I'm going to take that down to 6, but I may trim that again in a second. And then this piece here, which is 2.5, so that's going to be 2.5, and I'm going to go 2 notches under the 6 on that one. So I'm going to change my mind on that one and just go 2 notches into the 6 on there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to check that that kind of sits right, and it does. So again with this one, I'm going to bring in that decorative piece, but I'm not going to use it. Just going to use it just to line up my arch on here. So I want to get as much as I can in, and I think if I move that around just tiny bit. That should be it. Oops. Yeah. And then we can just pop that one through. Oops. Oh, it really is tipping down out there now. Wow. So I can just see my window is just like literally in front of me. So I can see that coming down. Okay, so I think that's it with those cut-ins for now. So I'm going to bring back my trimmer. Oops. I do still need those cutting plates. So the side on the end was 2.5 minus 2 notches. So I'm going to go to 2.25 by 6.75, and hopefully no, I've done that measurement wrong. Let's just check that again. So 2.5. So why is that not right? Let me just check that. Oh, I think it's because I did 2.5, didn't I? So just need to add, so it's 2 notches under the 2.5 by 4 notches under the 6. And then that should be right. Oh, wasted a bit of card, but I'm sure I'll find a use for it. Yeah, so now we've got that perfect mat there. And then this piece was the notch just over the 3. So we're going to go 1 notch under the 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 6. And then this one again, right, just bring this die back in again, and we're gonna line that up as evenly as we can and pop that on. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in this butterfly die, and this, it cuts the design into your paper. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to decide how I want that to go. Do you want it to go that way? I don't mind if it goes off a little bit. Let's go down. So we've got this one in. Okay, we'll go there. So let's move that one out of the way. Oops. Put those on. Down there. And through it goes. Got that edge. We should have our little butterflies cut in as well, just gently, and hopefully those should just all pop out like so. And you can always save these little butterflies, use them as shakers, piece them back in, and there's some little dots as well which we do need to poke out, but we will check. And that fits lovely on there. You can see those butterflies coming through. So I'm going to put the same one through on here. Let me just give that a bit of a tap. Okay, that's fine. And again, I'm just going to try and get it over as far as I can on this left side without cutting anything off. And we'll pop that through. those plates there. We will need them again in a bit because we've still got the sentiment and things to do. So again, just going to bring, what did I do with that pokey tool? There it is. So I'm just going to poke these out with those little dots. And you can put the smaller ones back in. I'll show you what choices you've got once I'm assembling it, but there's such a lot of different ways you can use this little cutting board, and I do love it. I think I used the heart one before. I was umming and ahhing because there is that sheet in this pad with the balloons. I was thinking about doing the balloons, but I might try and come up with a different design on that little balloon, because little balloons going around, and there's also little streamers as well. I've got one with little streamers. But and with these little cut out bits, so let's say you wanted to pop it in, you could take the white bit and then sort of pop it in the middle there. You sort of glue it so you've got that outline. Don't know if I'm going to do that today. We'll see what it looks like when it's together. You know how it goes. I sort of half plan it and then we see how it goes from there. Okay, so this one I'm going to go with the tacky glue because it is cardstock, so it will take it quite nicely. And we'll just pop that straight onto there, trying to keep that as level as possible. I've got a bit of glue missing there, so let me just pop a little bit under there. There we go, got it now. And then again with this piece going flat as well. Just make sure I get some on them corners. And then just going to pop onto there. Okay, now the decision is, do I want to do them both raised, or do I want to do that one flat and then that one raised? I think I will do this one flat because it's going to be behind. Just make sure I get some glue in those corners and along those edges. Just take a bit off from there. And we just want to pop this onto here, just in the centre of our mat. Good press down, and then this piece we're going to bring in some hunky dory strips. So I've got some nice thin ones there. I'll just use my little hospital scissors. So every time Mum had a bad leg for a long time, the dog jumped over her and caught her with his nail and sort of opened all of her leg up, and it took ages to heal. But every time the nurses would come out and change her bandage, they'd have to use a fresh pair of scissors, and they're actually not bad scissors, so we've got quite a few pairs of them all over the house now. And they would have gone in the bin, you know, it's only sort of the sort of sterile nature of it, I suppose. It's the reason why they don't reuse them, but perfectly good scissors. So I'm going to throw them away. Okay, I'll pop that one there. I'm just going to give that a little press down, make sure that's nice. Yeah. So let's just get these backs off. Still tipping down out there. I left my little plants outside. I think they're going to be swimming by the time I get out there, but never mind. So I'm just taking all of these backs off. And obviously with these pads, this resist and reveal pad, if you wanted to, you could go over these with the ink, and obviously because you've got that resist on there, these butterflies on there would pop out. So I've got a double shot of butterflies on this card. Just get this back off. There we go, I've got it now. Just checking that there's, feels like there's a bit of back there. There it was. Okay, so as usual, I'm going around with my tacky glue. That's just going to give us a bit of extra security on that glitter card, and as always a bit of longevity on these foam pads. So I'm just going to pop that like so onto there, so we've got that depth on the one side. I am going to put a bow on here as well, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on the centre or whether I am going to put it on the topper. Okay, so let me pop this out. So the other thing I'm going to bring in, and it's not Crafter's Companion, again being a bit naughty, is this Spellbinder stylized Happy Birthday. I only got it today, but I've been hankering after it for a while. So I'm hoping it's going to cut out quite nicely of this glitter card. So if I can just, come on now, there we go. I'll just pop that back over there, and then I just need to pick which size circle that's going to look best on. I think it is going to be the bigger one. Yeah. Okay. Let's just pop that to one side. Okay, and I am going to need another piece of that butterfly paper or card. This is the last one you come to, isn't it? So just pop that out in there. Okay, let's move those out before we get stuck to them. So first of all, I'm going to just pop a little bit of tape on there. If I just roughly cut around that circle, and hopefully I'll be able to use that piece somewhere else. So let's just whip that through. Let me just grab another piece of tape to make sure that stays in position, because it's threatening to move, which could be disastrous. Okay, so let's just pop that through. Okay, so let's just put that back in. So we've got our little butterfly. Again in a second. So I haven't got a lot of this left, so what I'm going to do, rather than cutting my decorative edge with that, I'm going to go back to this dragonfly paper. Let's put our die the right way around so it actually cuts, and it's still going to tie in with our project. So pop that there and just make sure it's nice and even, and then we've got our happy birthday. Apologies, that's Henry having a little bark. Let's see if we can get it all out of this piece here. Hopefully we should be able to do it all in one. Okay, so let's just pop this through. And then hopefully that should be all of the cutting that I need to do. Oops, it's just fallen. There we go. Let's see if that cut out nicely. I think it has. Okay. So let's just pop that over there. And we can pop those out the way for a moment. And then we've got our lovely little frame, which is going to go into there. So let's move that out of the way as well. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pop some glue all the way around, and again you could use your dotty, you could go raised if you wanted, even put in like a shaker behind it. So much you can do. So I'm just going to ease these letters out for a second. It's just going to take me a moment to do that. Again. And just because it's a glitter card, it's got that coating on there, it's just resisting coming out, that's all. And this glitter card, I thought it was the Crafter's Companion one, but I think it must be the Hunky Dory one. Because when I was looking in my other pack of Carnival, it wasn't there, so apologies. This must be Diamond Sparkles. Just going to pop these out. Okay. Got an A, and then we just need our little H. It's cut, but it just needs to separate those glitter pieces. Let me get my knife and just go along that edge, because I don't want to go and ruin it. So just gonna grab from there and just see if that helps it out. Come on now, let's not be silly. There we go. There we are. Okay. So the other thing I need to do is just pop these centre bits out. I'm just going to make it a bit quicker in a second when I piece this back in. And I've got another P. You wait, I'll lose something in a second, and then it'll be, oh, I've got to cut it again. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want my topper to be with my butterflies flying up, so I'm just going to sort of eyeball that as the centre. I'm going to pop a bit of glue on the back of my hand, and then what I'm going to do is just pop some glue on these pieces, and stick them back in, and then obviously I'll lift this off. So it's just going to be a question of just going around all of these little pieces. And you can do in any order, because they all seem to be different shapes, so the A's are all different shapes, sizes, sorry. So let's just move that over a little bit. And you've got your pokey tools, scalpels, anything like that, just to give you a hand. And if you're not sure, just pop your pokey tool on and just lift that up. It should be fine under there. Again, oops, let's put glue on the right side. I suspect tweezers probably would have been better for this, if I'm honest. Just trying to make sure I don't stick the whole thing down. I just want these layers. So you just have to be careful that the glue doesn't spread, and then stick the whole thing down. So just keep manoeuvring just to make sure you've got it. The other thing you could do is use your repositionable spray on the back of here, and then it would be stuck, nothing could get underneath it. So that's another way that you could do that. So just working my way along. Sorry, this is a little bit painstaking. Just making sure, and this is really just for the letter positioning that I'm doing this, so I just want it to be all nicely spaced. Come on, let's play the game. So you can take that off as many times, and you can see how it's laying it down nicely for us. And I'll just put a bit more glue on, just get it dry. And just put that back over so we know they're in the right place. You can have a P please Bob. Let's just do that other P as well. And a Y. What is that Y? And just put that there. Yeah. Check our P's. Yep, our P's. We should have another Y. So let's just line that back up again. And like I say, this is one of those things that's going to take you a bit of time. If you wanted to, you could just, of course, stick them on and just go for it. There we go, so that's that one. And we've got the H. Which is going there. Pretty sure that is right. go over a tiny dab. There we go. And we've got our tea. Let's put some more glue on. I think this has been the longest part of the card so far. Alright, let's give that a good press down. I'm going to come in with this D. Give that a really good press down. And lastly, this A. Let's try and get this off again. Should be the last time. Come on now. That A is going to have to go over a little bit. So pretty much was fine. Just my Y was slightly off. But it's still better than I could have done it by eye. Phew. Okay. So that's that bit there. Okay. So this is going to go on to here. So what I am going to do is just put some pads underneath here to support it. And then obviously I'll put some flat glue on this side here. So if I come in, we used the Hunky Dory strip ones, didn't we? So I pop some, let's see. So if I put my finger there and there, and then I know I can pop them all along here to support. I'm going to put plenty on just to give it that little bit of help. I'm not going to put any on this side because it will overhang, but that's fine because this is quite a good card. It will take it. So this resist and reveal pad, it does feel like a really good chunky card. So I'm just going to take all of these backs off carefully. It's going to speed things along. I'm just going to grab stick to me. Okay, so I'm going to pop some tacky glue on there. And this will pretty much grab our topper straight away. I'll just put some tacky glue on there. I'm just going to be super careful how I put that on because I want it to hug. Oops, dropped it. I want it to hug round here, but not cover it. Okay, so let's go there. There we go. Let's put the glue off. And I can see I have got a little bit of so I've just got that little bit of that tea popping up there, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue under and just hold that down. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. We're nearly done. The other thing I want to do, just finishing little touches, not that one. That one, where is that die gone? Here it is. I'm just going to grab a little strip of that. And just when you thought you were safe to put the die cutting stuff away, just going to pop that down. And put that through. And this die is ideal if you're just looking for a little butterfly on a card as a decoration, or to put a little tiny boo-boo. This would be perfect for that. I think that should be okay. So let's just grab this out. I do want some of the different sized ones. We'll just pop those out. Probably that one as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We might use 5, but then again, we might only use 1 or 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just give these a little bit of a shape. A little bit of glue underneath. It's a bit much. And I'm just going to pop these round. I've got my little pokey tool. Hopefully it's not too sticky, because I do want them to be elevated. Right. Oops. Here. And we've got this tiny one here. And I've got the teeniest, tiniest one. Just make sure I bend it the right way. Just pop a little bit of glue on there. Hopefully this is going to stick. Stick on there, that's it. Tea doesn't want to stay down, does it? Okay, so because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we can't have 4. We're going to have another one. Or one of these little tiddlers. Another bit of glue there. We'll pop this one at the top. There we go. Okay, so that's my card finished. I probably will just where that bend mark was on the back, so there is just a kind of a little crease there. So what I will do, because I can't write on the inside there, what I will do is just do a plain insert mat, so just literally a white insert over that. I think it, I've got some other ones of these, but these, you know, like this sort of thing. And then just cut it to size on the back. I'll do that later. But yeah, that's the card today. So this I'm happier with this one. The other one did go in the bin. But this one is definitely the one that I'm going to send. So as that dries, I'll be able to fold those wings up a little bit more. Just press down. And that T as well just needs a little bit more glue. So let me just try popping it a little bit under with my pokey tool instead. I know it's fine, just need to press in. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. So if I wanted to, I could go down here with some gems as well. I haven't got any green gems and I don't want to put white ones on, so I'm going to leave that plain today. It may be something that I look in the future for some little green gems to match. I need gems of all colours, but I mostly got loads of white and black and a couple of red as well. But yeah, that's it for today. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.